What's going on, man? When it sounds too good, I never trust it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another one. Welcome back. Let me line this up. So, man, I'm here to tell y'all, bro. There's no certain color in this world that have to deal with depression, any mental illness, depression, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? You got ADHD. You know what I'm saying? You got something going on in your head, and ain't no certain color that is, like they put it. White folks, they always got mental illness. But what about the black people, the Mexicans, the Asians? What about all those people? Indians, everybody. There's no color for mental illness. There's no color at all. You just happen to see it more on the news, social media, that somebody happens to do something to themselves, and usually the first thing they say is mental illness. Like, I remember one time at home, my brother he loves wrestling, and something happened to Chris Benoit, and they put it towards mental illness, which it probably was mental illness, but they put the label on the white people saying it's just them with the mental illness. But I'm here to tell y'all, everybody, whoever goes through some shit, got some mental illness going on. Depression, it's not hard to be depressed. If you're a working woman, you're a working man, you got a family, you got something going on at home, plus work, plus society, it's not hard to get depressed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go to work. For all you people out there, you stay home, you stay home dad, you stay home mom. Let me break this down to you, what a working man has to go through to show y'all how they can probably most likely get depressed. You gotta go to work. And going to work ain't just going to work. If you ain't working 100% by yourself, even that'll make you depressed, working by yourself. Got nobody to talk to. You go to work, you gotta deal with the BS at work, the politics, the wannabe manager, the work snitch, the bosses, the owners. You gotta deal with all that at work. It ain't just going to work, clocking in, doing your work. Ain't none of that. Even if you the quietest dude at the job, ain't no just going to work and just doing your work. So you gotta go to work, deal with all that, and suppose you gotta go to the grocery store. So now you gotta go through the grocery store while in traffic, because people don't know how to drive these days. While in traffic, go in the store with people who scared of life. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, scared of life. You feel me? When you go to the store nowadays, you just go in the store, get what you need to get, and get out. It's hard to talk to people nowadays because people are just weird. So you gotta deal with that. Then you gotta go home, and if you got some marital issues going on, you know what I'm saying? You and your wife, y'all really don't love each other. Y'all don't like each other like that. Your kids is out of control, or you gotta do a lot of things with the kids. They got a whole lot of after-school programs and school. You know what I'm saying? That can make anybody depressed. You feel me? It's every day. It ain't just one day out the week this is going on. This is every day, 5 days out the week. Until Saturday and Sunday come along. Friday night, I notice a lot of people Friday night, Saturday night, they drink a lot, heavy. Depression is real. Any sort of mental illness, I wouldn't take it for granted for anybody because it's real, bro. We got too much going on, not just now, but even then. So you can't put a color on this. It's everybody at one point in their life was depressed. And then it goes back to a childhood. All this goes back to a childhood because, you know what I'm saying, most people shut other people out. They don't want to express themselves because it goes back to a childhood. Your mama, your dad, somebody in your family, your grandma, your auntie, when you told them you have social anxiety, you done did the research on why you feel the way you feel, you did the research first. You read some books if you was back then, or now you've been searching on Google. And they tell you, you ain't got no depression, you ain't got no social anxiety, you don't even know what that is. Meanwhile, on the back end, you've been doing the research. You done went to the library or had conversations with other people, and everything matches up. And you tell somebody you think that's supposed to care about you, and then they pick up a rug, you know what the rugs, they go get a broom, and they sweep it under that rug. They sweep it under there. And it becomes such a habit, every time you tell them that they sweep it under the rug, that rug done got filled up with so much of your feelings, your thoughts, that when you get older, them thoughts and feelings is still in that rug. Under the rug, it's still under it. So that's why it's so hard when you get as an adult, you really can't express yourselves because all the feelings you had when you was a kid, the social anxiety, you was telling you can't really hang out in crowds, you can't deal with it, you know what I'm saying, depression, you just overwhelmed with school and everything going on. You trying to pretty much please your parents, whoever's taking care of you, trying to please them, make them happy. and they sweep it, like I said, they sweep everything under that rug. And you get to an adult, it's like you really can't express yourself. You can't express who you are, how you feel, anything, because that rug as a kid is full. There's no more trash can go under it. There's no more, you can't put nothing else under that rug. You don't swept too much. They don't sweat too much under it. Also, with mental illness, whatever, it's mental illness that needs to go be taken care of by a doctor. The mild mental stuff like depression, social anxiety, but you got the real stuff where people have different personalities, you know what I'm saying? People who some part of their brain don't work, you know what I'm saying? Those who need actual special needs, special care, has to take medicine, you know what I'm saying? ADHD, they can't stop moving around, they can't pay attention, you know, or they can't sit still, stuff like that. Stuff like that, a doctor needs to go take care of that. But the depression, that eventually leads to serious stuff, but social anxiety, that's not really that serious, in my opinion. You don't really need any doctor for that. But the serious stuff, like depression, everything starts out low tier, and then eventually gets to the point where you actually need to go see a doctor. And we're not taking it serious enough in the United States. That's what this video is for, is just to tell y'all, man, if you got some stuff on your mind or how you ever feel, bro, you need to let it out and tell somebody. Because I told you, some of y'all men, women out there, y'all, that rug is full, dog. That rug is full. You can't put nothing else under there. You gonna have to clean it out eventually. You can't keep lifting it up and sweeping it under, even though it started as a childhood. You can't keep lifting it up and sweeping it under there. That's something I'm trying to let y'all know in this video. Stop sweeping it under the rug. All your feelings, how you felt, you know what I'm saying? The depression, the anxiety, all this, it's best to get it out. Because if you don't get it out, you're going to cause harm to yourself. You're going to cause harm to others. And then you just going to find yourself alone. You're going to find yourself with somebody that you with and you just using them because you ain't really came to terms to yourself. You're going to be with somebody, you just going to be using them. It ain't just men. Women go through this stuff too. And sometimes it's hard for us to accept things in life. It's hard for us to accept it. Sometimes some things are so great to accept, it kills a person. Heart stops. They can't handle it. And like I said, you go back and tell the person who's taking care of you and you tell them some things going on, they just rule it out. They just, like I said, they sweep it on the rug and you just live your entire childhood, your entire life like that. Well, this person, I told this person what's going on. I told them how I felt. They didn't give a damn. So what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to talk to? And then living with the fear of God. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything starts at a young age. Living with the fear of God. We supposed to love God, right? And this supposed to be the person we're supposed to talk to when all this going on. Like your feelings. You don't talk to everybody else, and then somebody eventually tells you, talk to God about it. But then again, we live in fear with God. So you want to talk to God about something, but from a young age, they done taught you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. You're going to piss God off, you know what I'm saying? And just build the fear up. That's why a lot of people are afraid to die. I'm going to say some real shit right here, dog. If a lot of people didn't have the fear of God, the fear of not knowing where they're going after this, if they didn't have no fear instilled in their brain about all this shit, I'm going to tell y'all, at least, I would say, I'll put a percentage like 50 to 60% of people, man and woman, would check out of this world. If they knew exactly where they was going, exactly 100% knew, documented and everything else, where they going after this lifetime, they'll check out. A lot of people dealing with mental illness, depression. That's the main one right there, depression. And when you ain't got nobody to talk to about it, it just builds up. And then you're going to find yourself getting man and women, juggling man and women, and you're going to find yourself using them. You're going to use them for something. Some of y'all using the man, you know what I'm saying, the person you're dealing with as emotional punching bag, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all using them for sex, or you just need, like, you can't be alone. Everything starts as a kid. That's your whole adult life is basically a reflection of your childhood. Until you work on it and fix it yourself, like these videos I'm making. 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I couldn't get on this camera and make a video and start talking on this. I couldn't do it. I had to work on myself. I'm still working on myself. Now, we was put here for our free will and free spirit and to love God, but we all make mistakes. We was born making mistakes. The moment you was born, you was gonna make mistakes. Let's keep it 100. The moment you was born, you was gonna make mistakes, but you gotta get it out, dog. You gotta talk to somebody, write it down, turn on the camera, start talking this. Maybe something you got going on, you talk about it, so it may resonate with somebody else. That's the power of the internet right now at this point. It resonate with other people. And then you have a picture, and you will be standing in the picture. And over time, when you get your message out, you telling your story or how you feel, it's gonna be multiple people start popping up in that picture. Each time you get it out, and then you'll find yourself waking up one day, the feelings you have felt, the depression, the anxiety, and all that, is gonna fade away. It ain't good to bottle stuff in. Because mental illness is true, and there ain't no color to it. Ain't no label. Because I'm gonna tell you something, black folks, even white folks, everybody else, they still got that rug. Wherever they grew up at, that rug is still full of bullshit, full of trash, full of all your problems, all your concerns, especially your mama and dad was working, it's still full of that stuff on that rug. And if you still have a hard time dealing with stuff, you need to go clean that rug up. Go clean it up, dawg. Even myself, I'm still cleaning up my rugs. But I didn't come with no depression or stuff like that. It just shorty want to be loved, that's it. That's all shorty wanted. So there is no label to any depression, mental illness, nothing. There's no label, there's no color. It can be any color, it can happen to anybody. So rest in peace to the ones who checked out of here. Because let me tell y'all something, for them to not know where they're going after this, to check out, that take a whole lot of balls. To check out a place that you don't know 100% where you going, take a whole lot of balls. It's just in my opinion. It take a strong, like, in hindsight, if they did that, just imagine if they would have took that same strength and applied it to themselves. Because you don't know where you're going at. It's a mystery. So if you're still going through some things right now, mentally, and you find yourself depressed, you go in crowds, you can't hang out in crowds, you know what I'm saying? You having group projects, you can't do well in groups, or you just find yourself waking up every single day and you just tired. You ain't sleepy, you just tired of life. Write it down, turn on the camera. You ain't even gotta put the video out. You can turn on the camera. You ain't gotta post this, you ain't gotta do none of that. You turn on the camera, you talk. And then you go back months from then and read the, you know what I'm saying, read the message you made or look at the video you made. But it can't stay up in here, dawg. If it stay up in here, it just gonna keep building up, and then bad things gonna happen to you, to whoever else around you. Mental health is serious. Depression, anxiety, it's serious. There ain't nothing funny about it. There ain't nothing to sweep under the rug. And like I told y'all, I'm gonna end this video right here with this. A lot of us got that rug and it's full of shit under it. So clean out y'all rug, man. Get to it, start on it today. It ain't gonna be an easy task. It's gonna take a little while, but you need to clean that rug. If you ever wanna get ahead of life, you gotta clean it. Thank y'all for tuning in for another one. Peace.